Welcome back to this platform where we get to share about financial growth. I want to thank all of you who have managed to watch our last two videos where we're sharing, giving an introduction kind of, and also setting a pace. So today we get to dive into what can help us to grow ourselves financially in the business world and also in the working space. People who are doing jobs, but in this case we are dealing with business first. Yes, how can we grow our businesses? What are the principles that can help us to grow our business? But before we go into this discussion, I want to thank the Lord who has given us life. I thank the Lord who has brought us back here today. And I want to commit this sharing into His hands to guide us, and that whatever we discuss shall be to the glory of His name. In Jesus' name I've prayed. Amen. Today, I get to discuss bookkeeping. To me, that is one of the most important principles all businesses should implement. What is bookkeeping? Bookkeeping is when we get to record all transactions in a business. All transactions. And by all transactions, I mean from the startup capital, all the funds you've injected into the business to kickstart it. That is initial capital. All the income must be recorded. All the expenses, these are costs incurred during the operations of the business. All the debtors must be recorded. What are debtors? These are the people that we offer credit to. Yes. I'll give an example. Say someone wants to open up a shop in Kampala to sell women handbags. Yes. They will need initial capital. Some of us get it through loans, others borrowing from friends, others save up for the business. Yes, but whichever way, we must record how much have we injected into this business to start it off. It is very important for tracking purposes and also in analysis of how the business is doing. So secondly, we look at income. You've put in your money. You've purchased 20 bags for starters. Yes, you've started with 20 bags. You've purchased them at 100,000 each, meaning you put in capital of 2 million. Yes, you've stocked your shop. You're ready to start the business. You've recorded that in your books. Yes, every sale that you make, every bag that you sell, please record it. Record it in your book. You can get an exercise book and just divide it up. The side for income, the side for expenses, and the side for debtors. Yes, so when it comes to income, record every sale that you make. For instance, you've purchased these bags at 100,000 each, and say you're going to sell each at 150. Yes, so record every sale that you make. That is one. Secondly, record all the expenses incurred as regards the business. Expense, for example, transporting those bags to the shop. Your car throughout the month. Payment of this attendant helping you to manage the shop. Yes. Cleaning expenses. Whatever the expenses are, whatever cost you're incurring in line with the business, please record it. It is very important. Yes. Record the debtors. You know, in businesses, we can't avoid credit. We can't. And not all credit is bad. Credit is good, but the problem comes in when it's mismanaged. Yes? But you might have your friends who are salary earners. They need this bag and I tell you, I'll pay you at the end of the month. Yeah, you can't refuse. I mean, if you trust them, you give them the bag, but record record and also attach the date for repayment. Make sure you attach the date of repayment so that you follow up. It is very important. Yes, so we've looked at these aspects of the initial, recording the initial capital, that all the income into the business is recorded, all the expenses are recorded, all the data are recorded. How does this help? Yes, depending on how busy your business is, you'll need to sit down periodically. Yeah, say monthly or bi-monthly or weekly, depending on how busy your business is, to try and look at your transactions, to look at how has the business performed. In this case, I'll give maybe monthly for the example we are following. At the end of the month, sit down, go through the book and look at how much income has come in. How many bags have I sold? Let's say we've sold 10 bags. Yes? How much have I spent in terms of expenses during the month? Try to work out those totals. How much do I have in debtors? Yeah? You also write down, you total up and you see. Then you work it out. If I've sold 10 bags, each at 150, remember we purchased these bags at 100,000 each. So if you've sold 10 bags, it means that the income that has come through is 1.5 million. Yes? But that 1.5 million, you need to deduct the capital for the bags, for the 10 bags. Remember, each bag is 100,000. Yes? Purchased at 100,000. So the capital in that amount is 1 million, because remember we've sold 10 bags. So we deduct that 1 million from the 1.5 million, meaning it leaves us with a gain of 500,000. Now, the thing is this. Most of us, the error that we make, we want to look at this 500,000 as the profit. No, it is not the profit. Please don't be fast at spending it the way you want because you think it's profit. It's not profit, not until we've deducted the monthly expenses. Yes, because the businesses should be able to support themselves. The businesses should be able to support themselves, to run the operations, their monthly operations. Meaning, if you work out and your gain from the sale of the 10 bags is 500,000, then it brings back to how much did we spend during the month in terms of expenses towards the business. In this case, let us say it is 400,000. Yes, so you'll get that 400,000 and deduct it from the 500,000. Then our profit becomes 100,000. Do we get the difference? Let us not forget to deduct the monthly expenses. Yes, in our profit in this case is 100,000. So that takes us back. If you borrowed money to start, meaning it is this 100,000 that you're looking at now to start paying off the debt. Yes, you're seeing how they're handling it. If you had saved up for your business, well and good. What do you do with the 100,000? Inject it back into the business. Don't eat it. The eating will come later. Let us first grow the business. Yes? And remember, this we are giving an example within these limits, just for us to understand the concept. Yes? So if you have the profit of 100,000, put it back into the business. Buy an extra bag. Yes? So that your capital now has increased from 2 million to 2.1 million. You understand? You grow the business slowly by slowly. Yes, but given even the amount of profit that you have, you may decide to either grow the business or diversify. As you're selling your bags, you realize this place is strategic. People might be also be interested in shoes. Most people who come to buy bags ask about shoes. Yes. With this profit that I have, do I increase my capital in bags? Do I expand? Instead of stock of 20 bags, I keep stock of 30 bags or 50? Or do I diversify? I bring in another item that might move. All these decisions can easily be made when you have something informing you. Remember, businesses can make losses. You can operate a business that is making losses. Okay? So you need to find out, is my business making losses? Is it breaking even? Or am I making profits? All of us would want to make profits. But how do we realize what level we are at? How our businesses are performing? Through bookkeeping. Yes, because now just imagine if we had made the analysis at the end of the month and we realize we are in negative. We are making losses. Yes? That is where your expenses are more than the income that is coming in. It is good because you found out early. So you devise means on what to do about it. What am I going to do? How do I reduce my expenses in this case? Do I hire a cheaper person to attend the shop? That is an option. Do I need a cleaner? Can the person managing the shop first thing in the morning clean, dust before they start work? Those are options. Do I need to shift to a cheaper shop or share space with someone else? All those are options that we get to ask ourselves only if we know what is happening. So you have enough time to intervene and say, oh, I'm making losses. What can I do about it? I need to reduce my expenses. How do I do this? You understand? Yes, so that you get it in time. Yes? So there are businesses that might be at the point of breaking even. Breaking even is when your income is equal to the expenditure. Income is equal to expenditure. No profit, no loss. We don't want to be there as well, because the reason why we have started the business is so that we make profits. It's so that we grow financially. We cannot grow without making any profits. Yes? So this information informs us of where we are, and it gives us room to think through, to devise means to make better decisions. Yes? Remember, bookkeeping enables you to intervene in time. It enables you to make informed decisions. Yes? It enables us to grow generally, financially. So that's why I want to encourage you. Let us bookkeep, regardless of how big your business is. Whether it's very small, medium, big, you need to bookkeep. You need to bookkeep. And this, you don't need an extra person to help you bookkeep, unless your business is so big that you cannot manage it yourself. Then there we see people hiring in accountants, hiring accounts assistants, and all. But if our business is still small, we can do the basic bookkeeping by ourselves. Yes, we can do it ourselves. It is not hard. As you've seen, it only takes recording what you do. Recording. If you've recorded your datas, follow them up. Someone promised to pay you at the end of the month. Have you reached out? There are those guys who don't remind themselves. They need you to get on the phone and kindly remind them. Please do it. Remind them. Yes? So please let us pick up this. Let us pick it up and implement it. You know, the other challenge is some of us might not be listening to this for the very first time. We've heard this over and over again. But the issue is implementing. I understand there are those who have maybe not heard about it, but there are those who have heard about it. But that step to implement, guys, let us push ourselves. I encourage you today, pick it up, get an exercise book, record. Yes? And something else that I want to discuss with us regarding business is that as we are doing all this, we are doing our sales, daily sales, and what? Let us not commingle funds. What do I mean by this? Mixing up personal funds with business funds. Yeah? Some of us even go ahead and deposit the business funds on personal accounts. Now, there is a risk there. You'll end up mixing up, you're mixing up these funds, you'll end up spending business funds for personal reasons, for personal things, without knowing. And then at the end of the month, you realize you're not balancing. You can't see, you can't even track. You know, open up a separate account for your business. Open up a separate account. There are banks that have savings accounts that are cheap to manage, where bank charges are not expensive. What do I mean? Like it won't pinch you, like that monthly bank charge won't pinch you, like you won't feel it. They are there. Let us open up those savings accounts for our businesses. There are even other banks that have particular business accounts, I guess. But then we shall find out. We shall find out later. Yeah, but let us open a separate account for our businesses to make tracking easier. Because as you're reconciling at the end of the month, working out how much have I earned, how much income has come through. If you look at the total, it is speaking to the total in the bank. Yes? So that you're not reconciling and finding out the books are saying something different and the account, your personal account, is saying something different. Yes? So to make work easy, let us not commingle funds. Let us leave business funds to the business account. If the business is so small that maybe you feel like you're not yet there to open a business account of its own, find a way of keeping this money. We have mobile money, wallets on our phones. You can decide that for this business, all the money that is coming in, I'm depositing it on my mobile money wallet. That's an option. But you might have other options, but without mixing personal funds with business funds. Yes, I wanted us to also get that. It helps, you know. Some of us, it is easy to spend this money, you know. If you don't have that discipline, you might end up eating the capital. This is what we are trying to avoid, because we need to grow. And for us to grow, we must have the discipline to implement good practices for our businesses. Yes? So, friends, let us pick up these practices and implement them. Take off time and share this video so that we reach out to that other person who is ignorant of this knowledge, and yet it can come in handy to help them with their business. Yes? Like, subscribe, and share, you know. But also go in that comment section. And let me know, how do you handle your business? How do you do it your side? And in all things, in case you're already bookkeeping and you've realized your expenses are too much, what do you do? What have you done that has worked for you? You can share that knowledge. Yes, I just suggested some options given the example that we were looking at. But businesses are wide. They're different. Yes. What are you dealing in? What has worked for you? And what is that area that is really challenging you, making you feel like you want to give up? Mention it in there. We can pick it up and see how to look for the knowledge to share with you so that you get out of it. Some people feel like they want to give up in businesses. And like their businesses are hard to sustain. But they're hard for some people and smooth for others. So we want to hear from those whose businesses are running smoothly. What are you doing? How are you managing? Yes, please share with us in the comment section. That's it for now.